There was once a little girl who had a very big dream to be a unicorn candy princess and everything in between. Every night before bed she'd eat candy and make a wish to wake up in candy heaven. Oh, how delish! She would demand to the candy gods only to wake up the same, wondering what she'd done wrong and who she could blame. She wanted her wish, and she wanted it now, but what she lacked were manners. She was a bit of a cow. The answer was clear, it was all in her hands. She could have all she wanted if she didn't demand. And so one night she asked instead of screamed, "Please turn me into the candy princess I've always dreamed." And just like that, the magic word please was spoke. She was in for a surprise the next time she awoke. She woke up in a candy dream, this much is true, with sprinkles for lips and the most lit hairdo. Even her jewelry was edible, nothing was quite as it seemed. It was just how she'd imagined in her candy dreams. The moral of the tale, be polite or forever stay bland, because rude girls don't belong in the dreams of Candyland. If you guys like the dreamy and candy look I created and want to see me in the top 6, then please vote for me. I will leave the link in the description box below. You can vote 3 times per day from June the 8th to the 12th. I will be so grateful if you did. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Nadia, and well, this is my dream in candy. So I made the top 15 in the Face Awards Australia and New Zealand, and it is all thanks to you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So just over a week ago we were given our top 15 challenge theme, which is the challenge that we are given to try and get into the top 6. Fingers crossed. And that theme was to do with candy, if you haven't already figured it out. Dreaming in candy, specifically. And I'm not gonna lie, but why would you lie? I jumped up and down with pure happiness and bliss when I heard about this theme, because as soon as I heard dreaming in candy, I instantly thought of 2 of my favorite things, the color pink and unicorns. If you guys want to know how I created this look, then let's go on a journey together through dreaming in candy. So first things first, I'm going to show you guys how I made my magical crown. So to make the horn, you're going to need polymer clay in whatever color you want the horn to be. I've divided the clay into 2 even parts, and I'm starting out by warming the clay in my hands to soften it up. I'm then rolling the clay into a line a little bit longer than I want my horn to be, making sure it's pointed at the tip and gradually widens out to the end. This creates the horn shape where it's skinny at the top and fat at the bottom. I do the same with the other piece and then begin twisting them together. I then cut off the end at an angle so it sat nicely on the crown, and voila, you have a horn. Stick it in the oven for a couple of hours to harden and you're done. For the circle around the head of the crown, I measured and cut it to the size of my head using an old crown, and I doubled the wire for strength. To hold the circle in place, I twisted the end of the wire around the circle, and that held it pretty solid. I used wire cutters to cut off the end of the wire so that I didn't stab myself in the head when I put the crown on. Safety first. I then wrapped a whole bunch of ribbon around the wire so it didn't look so hideous, and I glued down the end of the ribbon with super glue and held it for a moment. I then found an absolutely hideous old necklace that I was never going to wear and stuck it on top of the ribbon to the front of the crown using super glue. Make sure you hold this down till it dries in each spot or else it will not stick. To attach the horn, I pretty much failed at every attempt using glue, as clay is actually pretty heavy, I discovered, so I grabbed a whole bunch of wire and wrapped it around the base of the horn and then onto the crown. To hide the ugly wire again, I added some different shades of purple, pink and white paper flowers around the horn using a hot glue gun. I then began to layer all different types of paper flowers on top of each other with cake decorations in the middle around the front of the horn to give the crown a garden effect. Oh, I'm finally a florist! To attach the sprinkles on the horn, I used spray adhesive and sprinkled hundreds and thousands straight over the top onto the horn. And there's your candy horn. Tasty. For our candy top, I used a $5 sports bra that I got discounted because it was marked. Little did they know I was going to be covering it anyway. I used a marshmallow lollipop for the center of the bra, and this actually worked really well because it was very flexible, and I glued that onto the middle of the bra cup with craft glue and used a bowl underneath to help keep the shape. As that dried, I started building a bunch of paper flowers to match the crown by layering small ones on top of big ones and using cake decorations for their centers. I stuck them together with my glue gun. God, I love my glue gun. And then I glued them randomly down onto the bra around the lollipop. Down the sides of the bra, aka right next to the armpits, I glued sugar-coated almonds in a line. For the bra straps, I used candy licorice in white and pink, and I only glued on hard candy for this, as the glue gun would have melted anything else. And as if this couldn't get any cuter, I decided to grab some ribbon and tie down a couple of bows on the shoulders of the bra straps. I then continued to glue random candy in lines around the sides and back parts of the bra on either side. By gluing the candy down in lines, it gave the bra some kind of pattern, which I think looked really cool. I take you to the candy shop. Do, 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 do. By the way, this candy is really low budget and tastes like absolute crap, so I'm glad I was wasting it on this bra. Belongs in the bin. I then put some of those Smarties on the bra straps. And that's the final product. Best part about this is once you're done filming, you've got a lovely low budget dinner because it's all edible. For my marshmallow jewelry, I threaded some pink wool through a needle and began threading cut in half pink and white marshmallows onto the wool. Pink, white, until it matched my neck size. I did the exact same for my bracelet. Yes, I also ate this when it was done because I'm a pig, okay? And mother told me not to waste. So let's get into the makeup tutorial, but first things first, stuff your face, of course. So to start with, I'm using my NYX Photo Loving Primer to prime my face, straight onto them jigsaw cheeks. X marks the spot! To give my eyes a base, I'm using my Stay Matte but Not Flat foundation, just for my eyes. And before I start my brows, I'm actually covering them with my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, just to make sure that that colour I put straight over the top really pops. Oh my god, I look like an old man. For my candy brows, I'm using my Primal Colours Pressed Pigment in Hot Pink. And I'm just applying that with a brow brush. Then I'm going in with my Hot Singles Epic Shadow, and I'm also adding that to the ends of my brows to give it more of an ombre look. How cool is that? To tidy them babies up, I'm using my Gotcha Covered Concealer in Soft Ivory and a smudger brush and just lining underneath and on top of my brows and blending that out. To prime my eyes, I'm using my Above and Beyond Concealer in Porcelain and a concealer brush, and just setting that with a translucent powder. For my eyeshadow base, I'm going with my I Have a Headache Hot Single Shadow and my large NYX shadow brush. And for my crease, I'm going in with my Epic Hot Singles Shadow and I'm blending that out with a blending brush. Surprise! I'm then going in with the purple shade from the Avant Pop Art Throb palette, and I'm also adding that into the crease. Using the purple shade from the Strobe Genius palette, I'm adding that to the brow bone with a pencil brush. Using my NYX eyeshadow base in 01, I'm beginning to carve out my cut crease, and I'm using a smudger brush for this. That's what it's called, yes. Yeah, and I'm just carving that out, getting it ready, blending it all out, you know. To set that, I'm using the I Have a Headache Hot Single Shadow and a large shadow brush. Using the light pink from the Art Throb palette, I'm then just adding that to the inner corners of my eyes with a large shadow brush. And using that same brush, I'm going in with the NYX Primal Colours Pressed Pigment in Hot Pink, and I'm adding that to the centre of the eyelid. I'm then using the Hot Fuchsia shade in the Primal Colours, which is more of a purpley shade, and I'm adding that to the edges of my eyes, which creates like an ombre cut crease look. To really cut that crease, I'm going in with a liner brush in the crease and the Epic shadow, and then I'm also blending that out with a smudger brush. For my liner, I'm using the NYX Liquid Suede in Run the World, and I'm just using a liner brush for that. And for my foundation, I'm using my NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat foundation in Soft Beige. Woo! I'm just applying that with a large sponge. Just casually punching myself lightly in the face, you know, the usual. For my highlight and concealer, I'm using my Gotcha Covered Concealer in Soft Ivory, and I'm applying that with a flat foundation brush. Woo! Blending that out with a sponge. And you guys know the deal, I always bake, so I'm just adding copious amounts of translucent powder in the places I don't want to go shiny and that I really want to set. Cut it, baby. Woo! Bing! The oven's ready! Dust it all off using a large powder brush like it never happened. What a waste. Rub all the crap off your lips to give yourself lips again, woo! And I'm going to be doing little rainbows under my eyes, so to make the colours pop, I'm using my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk and just lining underneath my eyes. Quick pit stop for a food break, yes! Yes! Oh god, I missed it. not so fast. For the first colour for my rainbow, I'm using my Vivid Brights Vivid Halo liner, and I'm just lining the inner corner. I'm continuing that line with a water-based paint in green and a liner brush. Then I'm going in with a blue water-based paint, bringing you guys in, continuing with purple, and then I'm continuing and finishing off with pink. To create the ice cream drips under my eyes, I'm using a pink water-based paint and a pointed paintbrush, and I'm just carefully lining under the rainbow and drawing in the shape of ice cream drips underneath my eye. I'm then filling that area in with pink paint. I did the exact same on the other side, but in perps. Wow, I've got ice cream on my face, but not in my mouth. Ugh. To give the drips some dimension, I'm shading the bottom of the drips with the hot pink primal colours using a smudger brush, and then I'm also doing the same on the other side using the Epic shadow instead, because this one's purple, so you gotta match. I'm also adding some white water-based paint on the edges of the drips with a small angle brush to give a 3D effect. And then to make it really pop, I'm using the Hot Single shadow in Tryst, which is like a medium brown, and I'm shadowing underneath all the drips using a smudger brush. I'm using some silver glitter liner for the creases of my eyes just to make them pop some more. And for my mascara, I'm using my Faux Lashes mascara in black on my top and bottom lashes. I'm also lining my eyes with my NYX Jumbo pencil in milk. And while I'm waiting for my lash glue to dry, I like to sing a little song. If you know the lyrics, sing along with me.
Waiting for my lashes to dry. Waiting for my lashes to dry. Waiting and waiting. I'm just waiting for my lashes to dry. If I get glue in my eye, I'll cry. If I get glue in my eye, I'll cry. So I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for my lashes to dry.
Stick them babies on like you own them and strike a fierce pose. To contour my nose, I'm using my NYX Primal Colours Pressed Pigment in Hot Fuchsia and an angled shadow brush. And I'm rounding that shadow out at the tip of my nose. And to add some purple in the mix, I'm using the Epic Hot Single shadow, and I'm adding that to the top near the eyes. And for my unicorn highlight, I'm using my Strobe Genius palette. I'm using the purple shade and using a pencil brush. I'm just adding that to my nose and Cupid's bow. And for my cute little sprinkle freckles, I used my NYX Vivid Brights liner in Vivid Halo and drew a whole bunch of small lines across my nose and cheeks to resemble sprinkles. I also used a range of water-based paints and a small angled brush for the other colours. And just because we're a candy unicorn princess, we're never too good for contour, so for my contour, I'm using the Primal Colours pigment in Hot Fuchsia and a contour brush on my cheeks and forehead. To keep in with the purple and pink theme, I'm also adding the Hot Singles shadow in Epic over the top. Yes, baby! I contoured down my neck and collarbone with the Primal Colours in Hot Fuchsia and an angled shadow brush so it didn't look so bare. And to highlight the middle areas, I used the purple shade from the NYX Strobe Genius palette and a shadow fluff brush. I also continued with this illuminator using a blush brush on my cheeks and forehead to make it all pop. Woo! And it's pretty common knowledge that candy unicorns lather themselves in glitter, so I used some glitter glue and glitter for my cheeks and forehead. I want the candy gods to love me, damn it! I really wanted to incorporate the iconic candy sweethearts into this look, so I drew a heart on my chest using pink water-based body paint, and I outlined it in a hot pink shade and also drew in a shadow to give it a 3D effect. I chose the phrase "be mine" to put in the middle, and I cannot tell you how much I loathe writing backwards, guys. It's just hell on earth. For my ice cream inspired lips, I'm using the NYX Jumbo pencil in milk and giving the top of my lips a base for the white lipstick to go over the top. I'm doing this because I want it to be super opaque. I'm also doing this wavy and only at the top for the next shade to go underneath. Before I apply the pink paint, I'm applying a pink liquid lipstick as a base in ice cream drips. I'm then applying the pink paint over the top so it sticks. I'm applying this with a small flat paintbrush. And beneath this, I'm going in with a purple water-based paint and drawing ice cream drips underneath my lips, the exact same way I did underneath my eyes. To give it a 3D effect, I then shaded these drips the exact same way I shaded underneath my eyes. Same. I then used a very small amount of liquid latex and then dabbed sprinkles straight over the top. Dab, dab, dab. And you're a candy girl. Wait. Oh my god, this is everything I've ever dreamed of. Yes! I decided to add some more glitter to my chest because you can never have enough glitter, let's be real. And using my Redken Forceful 23 super strong hairspray, I'm just adding that to my wig to give it some more volume and hold it nicely in place. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I loved creating it. If you liked it, please vote for me. It would mean the world. The link is just down below. You can vote 3 times per day between June the 8th to the 12th. And yeah, let's try and make the top 6. Woo! it's a wrap. To remove this candy dream, I'm using my Garnier Micellar water and oil and my Priceline cotton pads. Oh yeah, that feels good. Whoa! Yes, I'm me again. Hideous.